Today, we're looking at a stack of sources, all focused on something really practical, mastering everyday English conversation.
That's right.
We've got material here that's just packed with real-life stories, examples, things designed to help anyone feel, more confident speaking English day to day.
Exactly. And our goal, our mission for this deep dive is really to pull out the most useful phrases, the key insights from all this material.
Think of it like a shortcut.
Sort of, yeah. A shortcut to understanding not just what to say, but kind of why it works, so you can communicate more naturally, more effectively.
Make sense? So maybe you're prepping for a trip, or you just want to chat with the neighbors, handle errands,
right?
Or just feel a bit more comfortable navigating daily life in English. These sources offer some really great tips.
Definitely. And we're basically going to guide you through these examples, highlighting the key takeaways.
So you can get up to speed quickly and hopefully start using these techniques yourself.
It's all about giving you the tools, really, unlocking those everyday interactions.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We're diving right into the heart of everyday English, starting with the basics, the fundamentals, politeness, simple requests.
Yeah. And the sources make it super clear from the get-go. Simple politeness. It makes a huge difference.
We see it right away, don't we? And these little stories about asking for things around the house or ordering food.
We do. The sources have great examples, like Mark asking Anna for the salt while they're cooking.
Just as simple.
Can you pass me the salt, please? That's it.
And the reply, here you go. Then, thank you. It's those tiny exchanges, isn't it? The ones we barely notice.
They're the foundation. Or Olivia asking James, can you please buy some eggs on his way home?
Right. And he said, sure, I will stop by the store.
And he even adds, do you need anything else?
Yeah, that anything else. That's good. It shows you're thinking a bit broader, being helpful.
Exactly. So the insight from these home examples, it's that using can you please and thank you. It's not just being nice.
No, it actually helps things run smoothly.
Right. They really are fundamental. They just smooth everything over, whether it's family, friends. Think about your own place. How do you ask for help?
Probably something like, can you please help me with the dishes? Or just offering, do you want some coffee?
Yeah. Simple, clear, kind sentences. That's the core of it.
Okay, so taking that idea, polite request, out of the home, what about in public? Ordering, shopping?
Well, the sources cover that too. Lots of examples, like Lisa at the cafe trying to decide on coffee, or Thomas, the guy who owns the grocery store, chatting with customers.
And you see the same patterns again, right? Lisa asking, what types of coffee do you have?
Yep. And then stating her choice, I will have a cappuccino, please, politely.
It's about knowing how to ask for options, then making your choice clearly.
And in shops, the basic questions, do you have fresh oranges today? Or the salesperson asking, can I help you find something?
Yeah, standard stuff. And the replies are just as standard. They're on the second shelf. Or, would you like anything else?
Even paying. The cashier says, your total is $12.
And you might say, here you go. Maybe add, keep the change.
Right. And finish with, have a good day. Little courtesies.
Or in a restaurant setting,
yeah,
it starts right at the door. Good evening. Do you have a reservation?
Please follow me. Here's your table. Then letting you settle. Please take your time.
And finally, are you ready to order?
What's really interesting, I think, is how consistent that basic structure is. Doesn't matter the situation, really.
Yeah, a polite opening.
A clear question or request.
And then a polite response.
It shows that if you master just a few of these core patterns, these polite ways of interacting, it really opens up a lot of everyday situations for you.
So the big takeaway for this first part.
Basically, start with please and thank you. Learn how to ask clearly for what you need and, practice those key phrases for ordering, asking questions when you're out.
Okay, but life isn't always smooth sailing, right? Sometimes things go wrong. You've got a problem, you need help from the service center. The sources get into how everyday English helps you handle these practical challenges too.
Yeah, that story about Sarah calling her bank. That's a good one for handling a phone call politely.
Even when it might be a bit frustrating dealing with an account issue.
Right. The bank representative asks her to please verify your identity, and at the end uses phrases like, thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you for your cooperation. That's interesting. It's acknowledging her part in fixing the problem.
It is. It shows it's not just about the information transfer, it's maintaining that positive interaction even over the phone with a problem.
Right.
And there was that personal example, too, about fixing the internet.
Oh, yeah.
The technician asks that classic question, have you tried restarting your router?
And the reply, no, I will do that now. Followed by, great, please check if the connection is back.
See how those specific phrases become like little tools for that situation?
Definitely. Knowing those common questions and answers makes it so much easier, both speaking and understanding.
And well, what about when you're the one causing the issue, like running late?
Ah, yes. The David story. Missing his bus, late for a meeting. So relatable.
Very. And he handles it well. He calls his colleague.
Good morning, name. I am still waiting for the bus, but it is very late.
He states the problem clearly. Then the impact. I might be 10 minutes late for the meeting.
And ask for help. Can you please let the manager know?
It's direct, polite, gives all the needed info, and the coworker helps out. Of course, I will tell the manager, thank you for calling.
And then when David actually gets there, he goes straight to the manager. Good morning, Mr. Thomas. I apologize for being late today.
Takes responsibility.
Right. The bus was delayed, and I called coworker's name to let you know. Brief explanation.
And the manager understands. Thank you for letting us know. It's all right. I understand that delays can happen.
Which allows David to wrap it up politely. Thank you for your understanding.
So the key insight there. When you're late, telling people is vital.
Definitely.
Start with a greeting, explain clearly but briefly, ask for help if you need it, and use those apologies. I apologize. I'm sorry.
And acknowledge when they understand. Makes a big difference.
For sure. Beyond delays, the sources also look at asking for help in shops or with services.
Like John asking for a phone recommendation.
Yeah, can you recommend a phone? Or someone buying a gift. Can you help me find a gift? Direct requests for help.
And the post office examples about speed.
Right. Do you want this package to arrive faster? Yes, please. Or is this letter urgent?
Yes, please send it as quickly as possible, followed by the options. We have an express option.
Knowing how to talk about speed and urgency is pretty useful.
And for repairs, like Sarah at the mechanics, asking, can you check it for me? And crucially, how much will it cost?
Those essential, direct questions.
So this is where it gets really useful, I think. These specific phrases for these practical, sometimes stressful situations.
Yeah.
They're like keys, aren't they? Keys that unlock how to handle problems, ask for help, manage delays effectively.
They really are. Practicing them means you're much more prepared when these things actually happen in real life. You need to communicate clearly, maybe under a bit of pressure.
Having those phrases ready just takes some of the stress out of it.
Absolutely. It makes a huge difference.
Okay, let's shift focus a bit. Beyond just getting tasks done or dealing with services, everyday English is really about connecting with people, right?
Fundamentally, yes.
And the sources really emphasize how politeness, kindness, simple conversation besists. How these things build and maintain relationships.
It starts super simply, doesn't it? Basic greetings, introductions, that story about Paul and Rebecca bumping into their neighbor, Mr. Harris, at the grocery store.
Yeah, just simple stuff. Good morning, name. Hello, name. How are you both today?
And Rebecca's reply is just natural. We're doing well, thank you. Just picking up groceries. Simple, informative.
And the little well wishes at the end. Enjoy your shopping. Thank you, Mr. Harris. Have a great day. They seem small, but they add warmth.
They really do. Same with meeting someone new, like David and Emma on the bus. It starts with, good morning, is this seat free?
A practical, polite question.
Then the introductions. It is good to meet you. My name is Name. Nice to meet you too. I am Name. Not complex, but it opens the door.
So the insight is pretty clear. Simple greetings, asking how are you? Offering well wishes. They're powerful connection tools.
Yeah, even 4 brief encounters. And asking a simple question. Introducing yourself, easy ways to initiate.
It's those little friendly moments that make a place feel more like a community, I think.
I agree. And the sources also look inside the home at how families use English to communicate, plan things, work together.
Like Thomas and Emily planning their trip. Let's decide what to pack we should take.
Or Michael and Linda just catching up about their day. How was your day at work? Basic connection.
And the examples about chores are good too. Clear requests, clear agreements. I will wash the dishes. Can you sweep the floor?
Sure, then I will take out the trash. And that line you mentioned.
Thank you. It is always easier when we work as a team.
Yeah, that teamwork aspect. Expressing gratitude, you are very helpful. It strengthens those bonds.
And teaching responsibility. Like Sarah helping her son Liam find his notebook.
Right. Let's look in your room together. Then finding it and the gentle nudge. You must keep your things in one place next time.
It's everyday, problem solving, teaching, all wrapped up in simple language.
And this theme of offering help and showing kindness extends beyond family, too.
Like Anna, the teacher, helping Ben when he forgot his lunch.
Exactly. Her first question, Ben, is everything all right today? Shows she cares.
And her offer, let me check if we have some extra snacks then. Here you go. Let me know if you need anything else. It's practical kindness.
And Ben's simple, thank you, Miss Anna, I feel much better now, just shows the impact.
We see it in service roles too, right? The delivery driver, Richard.
Yeah, Mr. George offers him tea, and he politely declines. Thank you, sir. That is very kind of you, but I need to finish my deliveries. Polite refusal.
Or Jane the nurse offering water, checking on Mr. Parker.
And that interaction with James the gardener and Luke just asks, hello, James, what are you doing?
And James replies, hello, Luke. I'm planting some flowers. Then Luke offers, can I help you?
That offer to help is key. And James gives a clear instruction, yes, please, you can water the plants, followed by thanks. Thank you, you are a good helper.
These stories really drive it home, don't they? Everyday English isn't just grammar or vocabulary.
No, it's about genuine human connection.
Showing care, offering support, making people feel well seen and appreciated.
It's the human touch woven into the language itself.
Okay, so let's dig even deeper now into some of the more nuanced communication skills. The art of handling slightly trickier social stuff, expressing feelings, working effectively with others. The sources cover quite a range here.
They do. Asking for and giving advice is a really valuable one. Olivia asking Charles about her work schedule.
How does she start that?
She says something like, I really need some advice about my new work schedule. Or maybe more general, what do you think I should do about?
And Charles giving the advice, he doesn't just tell her what to do, right?
No, exactly. He uses softer language. Have you considered, or perhaps could you try? He even adds, just a suggestion, of course.
Offering possibilities, not orders.
Right. And starting with empathy helps too. I am sorry to hear that. Then maybe clarifying, what exactly are you finding most difficult before offering ideas?
That's a great takeaway. Frame advice as suggestions. Okay, moving on. Making appointments. Very practical.
Yeah, the Robert calling the clinic example lays it out well. State your purpose clearly. I would like to schedule an appointment for.
Answer questions about when you're free. I'm quite flexible, but I was hoping for.
Listen for the options they give. We have an opening on. Then confirm. Sounds perfect for me.
Always double check the details at the end. So phrases like, I'd like to book, or are you available on? Those are your main tools.
Exactly. Then there's describing events, telling a simple story. Daniel in the trapped bird story illustrates this.
He uses those sequence words, right?
Yeah.
First this happened, then that, after that, finally.
Yeah, helps the listener follow. He sets the scene. I was just walking when suddenly I heard. Describes what he saw. Those connectors are key.
It all started when, or the next thing I knew. They help structure it.
What about good news? Responding to good news is all about sharing the joy.
Like Sarah telling Emily about her son Adam's acceptance into the arts program.
Emily's reaction is spot on, full of enthusiasm. Oh, Sarah, that is absolutely fantastic news. I am so incredibly happy for Adam.
She acknowledges his effort too. He has worked so hard and offers encouragement. I am sure he will excel.
Right. Expressing genuine happiness, saying congratulations. Simple phrases like, that's wonderful, or how exciting, work perfectly.
Okay, household responsibilities. A common area for discussion, maybe even conflict.
Huh? Yes. Liam and Sarah planning chores shows a good way to handle it. Initiate the talk. I was thinking we should sit down and make a plan.
Identify tasks. The living room really needs a good cleaning. Make polite requests. Would you be able to clean?
Clarify whose turn it is. What about the laundry? Whose turn is it? It's about agreeing fairly and confirming the plan at the end. So just to confirm, I will, and you will. Does that sound right?
Keeps it collaborative, not confrontational. Good point. Now, a trickier one, offering a gentle suggestion or mild disagreement.
Right. Michael and Lisa planning the picnic. Michael suggests soccer. Lisa handles it well.
What does she do?
She first acknowledges his idea positively. That is a good idea, Michael. Then she introduces her alternative softly. However, I was just wondering if perhaps we could also have...
Acknowledge first, then suggest gently.
Exactly, and she explains why. Some people might prefer something a bit more relaxed. Michael gets it. That is a fair point. Using phrases like, I hear what you're saying, but what if we tried? Works too.
Okay, expressing appreciation for hospitality. Essential for relationships.
Clara and David leaving Susan and Tom's place. That's the model.
Thank you so much for having us over today. We really enjoyed ourselves. Being specific helps too. Thank you, Tom, for the wonderful tea.
And reciprocating. We hope you will visit us too very soon. Using phrases like, we always appreciate your hospitality, or that was so thoughtful of you. adds real warmth.
Asking for and giving permission, that's about respect, isn't it?
Totally. Anna asking Mark about the projector. She's polite, indirect. Excuse me, Mark. I was wondering if I could possibly borrow your projector. Explains why. Mine is currently being serviced.
And Mark's reply is clear. Certainly, Anna, you are welcome to use it. He adds a condition politely. Just make sure to return it by the end of the day, please.
So, using would it be all right if I, or may I, shows that respect when asking.
And saying no. Politely declining an invitation or request, that can be awkward.
It can, but Peter declining Daniel's picnic invite shows how. First, acknowledge positively. That sounds absolutely lovely, Daniel, and I truly appreciate the invitation.
Then give the reason briefly and honestly. Unfortunately, I already have a prior commitment that I cannot reschedule.
Add a polite apology. I am so sorry to miss it. And express hope for the future. Definitely next time, please do keep me in mind. Being clear but kind is the goal.
Summarizing or reiterating points, crucial in group discussions.
Right. Mary, John, and Lisa planning the cleanup. Using phrases like, so to summarize our discussion, or just to reiterate for everyone, make sure everyone's aligned.
To recap, or, so my understanding is, are also useful ways to check.
Expressing empathy or offering condolences. That requires real care. Sarah talking to Mrs. Henderson about her brother's illness.
How does she approach it?
She starts by expressing sorrow directly. Oh, Mrs. Henderson, I was so very sorry to hear about your brother's illness. Acknowledges the difficulty. That must be incredibly difficult news. Offers general support. Please know that my thoughts are with you all.
And then offers specific help.
Yes, that's key. If there's anything at all, anything you need, please do not hesitate to let me know. It's concrete, not just vague sympathy.
Asking for and giving detailed explanations. Important for learning.
Like Thomas asking Mary about the plant care. His direct. Could you possibly explain the best way to look after it?
And Mary breaks it down step by step. First, regarding. Second, for. She gives reasons, checks understanding.
It's not right on the windowsill then, right?
Using, could you walk me through? Or how do I go about? Are good ways to ask for that detail.
Okay, negotiating or finding a compromise. Balancing needs.
Michael and David finding a meeting time illustrates this well. State your preference and limitations politely.
X time is a bit difficult for me.
Propose alternatives. Would Y time be a possibility?
And importantly, be willing to adjust. Find that middle ground. Maybe say, I think I can make that work if it means showing flexibility.
Describing an incident clearly, factually, like reporting something unusual.
Robert explaining what he saw near the garden. He sticks to the facts. When, where, what he noticed. It happened around X time on Y Street near Z.
Provides observable details. The van's description, what the people were wearing.
And crucially, he notes what he couldn't see or didn't know, so I could not see their faces clearly. Unfortunately, I did not get the license plate number. No speculation, just facts.
Offering encouragement, motivating someone. That can make a real difference.
Sarah encouraging Liam before his presentation. That's a great example. She acknowledges his nerves, but immediately counters with his preparation. Liam, you know this material inside and out. You have been working so hard.
Reminds him of his strengths. You articulate your point so clearly. Offers advice. Just trust in your preparation. Just take a deep breath.
And ends with that strong belief. You have got this, Liam. It's really motivating.
Explaining a process simply. Like Daniel explaining recycling to Maria.
He uses simplifying phrases. Essentially, it works like this. Think newspapers. Gives examples. Specifies what can't go in.
Breaks it down. Checks understanding. So if it's paper or cardboard, it goes in blue. Got it. Makes it easy to grasp.
Offering comfort or reassurance when someone's anxious.
Clara reassuring Emily about her presentation. She starts by validating Emily's feelings.
I completely understand how you are feeling. It is totally normal to be nervous.
But then gently counters the fear. But please try not to worry too much. You are so well prepared. Reminds her the audience is supportive, not judgmental.
And offers strong reassurance. Trust me, you are going to do wonderfully. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Powerful stuff.
Making recommendations, giving reviews, helping others decide.
Emily recommending the fair to Robert. She's enthusiastic. It was fantastic. I highly recommend it. Give specific reasons, first of all. Secondly,
acknowledges a downside, a bit crowded, but puts it in context. The positive aspects definitely outweigh that. Ends with a clear suggestion to go next year.
Expressing concern for general well-being. Going beyond just asking if someone's sick.
Liam, noticing Chloe seems stressed. He approaches gently. I hope you do not mind me saying this, but you seem a little bit quieter. Perhaps a bit stressed. Is everything all right? Observes, asks directly but kindly, then offers support without pressure. Is there anything I could do to help? Or even just listen. I am happy to help. No pressure at all.
That no pressure is important. Respects her space.
Finally, group decision-making.
Right.
Participating effectively.
James, Sarah, and David deciding on the charity theme. Propose ideas with reasons. I would like to propose X. Acknowledge others' ideas. Both X and Y have merit.
Express preferences and reservations politely. Personally, I lean towards X because my only slight reservation about Y is.
Then summarize the consensus, so it sounds like we are leaning towards X, and ask for final objections to confirm. It's collaborative.
Wow. Okay, that was quite a deep dive. We've gone from asking for salt all the way to, negotiating meeting times and offering comfort.
We really have. And we've seen how these sources show that simple phrases, when used politely and with intention, can unlock so many interactions.
To build stronger connections, too.
Absolutely.
It really hits home that feeling confident in English isn't necessarily about having perfect grammar all the time.
No, it's more about having the right tools, these key phrases, and understanding when and why to use them effectively.
Right, in those real-world situations.
And the big takeaway from all these stories, really, is the power of practice. Listen to how people talk, repeat these phrases, try them out.
Incorporate them into your own conversations, maybe just step by step.
Exactly. Every small chat, every polite request, every time you connect with someone in English, that's practice.
Yeah, it's definitely about progress, isn't it? Not about being perfect right away.
For sure. This deep dive really highlights that mastering everyday English, it's not just learning words, it's kind of mastering the art of human connection itself.
One simple, polite phrase at a time.
Precisely.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, it means keep listening, keep practicing, and keep diving into those everyday conversations.
That's where the real learning happens.
Definitely.
The journey of communication, it's always ongoing.
Until our next deep dive, keep exploring.